In the 20-year search with the goal of discovering exoplanets, there have been the first breakthroughs. In the system of the ultra-cool dwarf star Trappist 1a, which is found 40 light-years away from us, there are 7 exoplanets. Maybe, just maybe, on one of them there is life in some form. This newly opened world is simultaneously similar to and vastly different from our solar system.
Hi everybody, my name is Harry Jacobs and I am the North of 60 Gamer, and welcome to the North of 60 Gaming channel. What's going on today? It is a super busy day. It is a Friday and I'm just finishing off work from my week working hard for the government here in the Northwest Territories, and I found some time because I was too tired this morning to do any filming because of the puppy situation. And if you saw my Dungeons, Dice, and Danger video, you know that I am fostering what now is a 15-day-old puppies. Watching puppies grow is absolutely amazing. If you want to see a picture, I'm going to pop them up. I'll see if I got some new pictures. Of course I do. But that's not what we're here today. Today we're going to look at Trappist 1, a new solar system by Oscar Avravelo. And I don't know anything about this game other than the fact that I saw it on 401 Games, and I thought, I'm going to pad my order with this because it wasn't very expensive. It's just a card game. So I thought, hey, impulse buy. Don't usually give in to that. It looked interesting enough that it caught my eye, and I do like it, and it looks kind of maybe like a tableau builder. So maybe it goes where a couple of these space games haven't gone before. So let's go down to the table and enjoy Trappist 1. Hi everybody. I'm just going to put this in before we start to the video on Trappist 1. Now, it's not often that you're going to get a final thoughts from me like you're going to hear at the end. So if you want to skip to the end and just get to the final thoughts, please do. It's going to be in the comment section. I just want to warn you that I don't usually give a comment like I did at the final thoughts. I tend not to try to be that guy that doesn't like games, but I want to say that this is not a prototype. This is a bought at the retail. This is on me because I bought it, and wasn't a FOMO because it's not a fear of missing out, but it was based on, well, I like the art, I like space games, it fits my collection of these types of games because I do enjoy card games like Eminent Domain and Core Worlds and other games like that, and even that old Masters of the Galaxy, which was another tableau game similar to this, maybe the closest game that was quite good but really fell flat. A little more support and I think it would have been a great game. So this is my opinion at the end, final thoughts. It is my opinion based on the game that I bought for my collection. So if you are one of those people that says, oh, I've got this game and I absolutely adored it, you might want to just skip out the final thoughts. Again, this is my opinion, my own opinion, right? I'm entitled to it. I spent my money on this game. However, as I say later on, you're going to find out, I didn't do my research. And if I had done my research, I probably would not have looked at this game. Let's get at it. Let's start with the unboxing. And here you can see Trappist 1. I'm just going to bring that to the table. But this is really cool. I just got this month's some skinny minis again. And this is the Golden Dragon. This is the one I got for free if I spent $30. I had to pick up a bunch of bases, so they all came in. I also wanted to try, and I'm just giving the product a try. And so I also picked up basically doors, dungeon doors, because lots of games have the little, cardboard. You just place it down on the board. It represents a door across a number of hexes, and I thought, I'll try that. So this is the Golden Dragon. And that's Skinny Minis, and they offer a subscription service. And no, this is not sponsored. So I bought it. It's mine. So here is Trappist 1, a new solar system. And it is from Oscar El Revelo. And it is illustrated by Victor P. Corbella. And it's Gen X Games and WA Studios. Game's from 2018. I know nothing about this game other than the fact that it was an impulse buy. You can see where I was saying where you get this tableau thing happening. And I don't know how to play. I guess it was an impulse buy. Saw it in the store. Said, hey, this looks kind of cool. It was like $26 or $30. And I thought, I like space games. Now, it is not, as far as I know, a solo endeavor. In fact, it says 12 and up, 45 to 60 minutes, and 2 to 4 players. So let's get this box open. So let's get the box open, as we said. Here comes the shrink wrap. At least I don't have the challenges I do with shrink wrap in the mornings. The box is fairly heavy, actually, for a small box game. What is it? It's a typical 9x9 box, 2.5 inches, I think. That's pretty standard in terms of boxes and games. If I can get this open, it's well sealed. Of course, the rules are on top. And it looks like Objectio de Diego. So, it looks like Spanish. And there it is. The goal of the game is to be one of Earth's most powerful mega corporations. Now, I know nothing of this game, so we are going to be learning it together as we go along. Maybe it's a game that you would like to investigate. It's too bad it doesn't have solo rules, but we'll figure it out. We have basically little to no cardboard counters. We have the boards, what looks like boards. Oh, there they are. Some nice artwork here. Okay, I see what's going on. Comes out fairly easy. I would say it's not super thick, but and it's layered. Hopefully they last. And there's the Trappist zones. There we are. There's some more. So they're all the same color. Pity that they didn't think to use sort of different colors instead of all one color. But I don't imagine that's if a person's sitting behind it, you're certainly going to know who it is. Standard gems. I'm talking about dogs. I had to go out and take care of them. We have a bag for what? I have no idea. We have a whole whack of cards. There's 170 different colors. I'm supposing that we're going to know what they mean. The artwork is, just by looking at it, is not inspiring. And you can hear Chloe behind me. That is my Chihuahua. So it is about a plain Jane game, but I mean, it was only, as I said, it wasn't expensive. Now, these are just run-of-the-mill counters. I mean, I've got them over here, look. A little different color, but they're basically, I got them from Meeple Mart. So, if you want something better, you can always replace them. So what we're going to do is we are going to sleeve these cards, of course, because that's the kind of guy I am. They are the 63.5 by 88. So we're going to sleeve them. We're going to punch these out. I don't think that's going to be a big issue. We're going to come back and we're going to play the game. The goal of the game is, I guess, achieve total control of Trappist 1, whatever that means. There's the components. You can see my dogs are in the background today. It is crazy today. I don't know what's going on, but it looks like we have a setup and looks like we have some sort of boards. I don't know. So let's go learn it. I'll be right back and listen to my dogs bark as we go out. If you listen quietly, you can hear one of the puppies. Hi everybody, we're back and here we are down at the table and I have taken a few moments to organize this and you can see the rules still are on top. We have the different color cards. These are the orange back cultists ships cards. These are the mega factories, the red backing, of course, and then the purple are the investment cards. And we'll probably simulate a two-player game, so there are a number of cards that are going to come out. And if you look at the rules and the setup, right there's a little chart that says how many of each card we're going to remove. And you can see we're going to set up a two-player game. It may not look exactly like this, but there's the player area. You're going to have a scrapyard. You're going to have biocultist ships. You're going to have independent orbital stations. You have satellites, and we have mega factories. And of course, the game board. And the game board represents the planets in the Trappist 1 solar system. So that is what's in the box, basically. The boards, the crystals, and the 3 different decks of cards, and of course the handy reference cards. So that is an unboxing. So we're going to set this up and we're going to get playing. So first of all, we're going to simulate a two-player game. The first thing that we're going to do is we've put together our boards. I'm not a fan of these, just to let you know, these puzzle types. I think I would have liked to have seen a bigger board with maybe a fold-out, but I can understand because of the cutouts, because the satellites are going to go up on the top. If we separate those out, and below will be your factories on your planet. This is your Capital 1 planet, so that'll be your first planet. And as you can see, there's little arrows here. You can just make them out to show you which way cards go. So we have satellites above and factories below. This is player 2, this is player 1. One of the things we're going to do is, because we're playing 2 players, whoops, I'm going to remove the mouse. We're going to remove 2 of each of the cards here. And we're going to put them back in the box. And because we're only going to be playing with a limited amount of the biocultist ship cards. So there we go. We'll put those back in the box. Put them in a bag here and get rid of them. I am an organizer, as you can see, so I like to make sure everything is kind of cool. And then we're going to actually have 4 different colors. So we're going to just separate these out a bit. We're just doing a quick setup here. If you hear a dog in the background, that is my idiot Chihuahua. Chihuahuas are really noisy beasts. If you think they are kind of land sharks, and I'm going to have to probably do something in a moment because he is being a complete boob. So there we are. So there we are. We have our players. And I will lift it up. And basically what we're going to do, in the middle, we're going to put 2 of each of these cards here. These are going to be our ship cards. What we're going to do is move them out and actually put them right over here, just outside, so you can see them this way. So it's a little bit different than the setup they suggest in the board, but there's not a lot I can do because, you know, I have to balance between what I can show you and what I can fit in the camera view. So these are our biocultist ship cards, and they have loadouts. So I said earlier, this is a little different setup only because of my space considerations. I've pushed these over to here. These these are kind of the market cards, and you can see that each player will have one sort of pointed to them. So we have this one for our first player, this one for our second player, and we have our biocultist ships, and we have our mega factory cards. And our mega factory cards, each player is going to get, the first player is going to get 5 cards, the second player is going to get 6 cards. But this is the setup, and of course this is what they call the star gold or crystals. So that is the setup. It's as simple as that. I have to remove a number of cards randomly, and again, I believe I have to remove none of the Mega Factory cards, so they get to stay, and I'm going to remove 20 random Mega Factory cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And they are going to go back in the box. Now, I shuffled these really well. I put them into little piles, and then I shuffled the piles, and then put the piles onto the piles. And so hoping to make sure that there was a really good shuffle for these cards. And we're going to put them back in the deck. And again, we did take out 2 of each of these cards. And then for the first player, we're going to draw up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for our second player. And that is the start of the game. There's a number of different round phases. You can see them right here, the round phases. I'm just going to move myself a little bit as I can see me a little bit better right now. And each round consists of the profit stage, the investment stage, the management stage, which looks like it has 2 mini stages of building a factory or load up a ships or a freighter, and then the final stage. None of which makes sense to me at the moment because you're seeing this game right out of the box onto my table. So we are doing this one little bit at a time. Strangely enough, if I can digress, there are no playthrough videos of this in English. There are some Spanish playthroughs, but there's no English playthroughs. It was, I believe, introduced in Essen Spiel in 2018, but there was one Dice Tower unboxing and one quick Board Game Geek interview about the game. But from there, even in the Board Game Geek, most of it's all Spanish. So I believe this is the first video of the English playthrough. So hold on to your hats, folks. This is something that I don't usually get to do, which is to get first. Now, this is a 4-year-old game. And I'm not sure whether the fact that there's no reviews should be concerning or not. I don't know. But we're going to find out. So let's get down and start playing. So one of the easy missed rules, and I missed it, fortunately though we're just during the setup, is in the investment cards, the expansion, the Exodite expansion adds about 50 cards, and we take those actually out. So we're not going to be playing with these expansion cards, so we'll take these out. As well as we're going to remove the 26 cards at random as well. So we'll just remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, so that's just an easily missed rule. Thanks to Board Game Geek, I was just reviewing some of the various comments on the game. So far, we are going to get into this in about a moment, and I just wanted to point that out, that if you have this game, for your first game, I highly recommend taking out the cards that have the little symbol there. Okay, we are ready to start. What we're going to do then is take our 2 cards back in here, and we're going to shuffle these back up. Oops. Again, these are our investment cards. You can tell by the backs. And what we'll do is put one facing this way, and that'll be this player's. And we'll place one this way for this player. So you can always buy the card you want for the face value, which would be 2 star gold in this case, or 3 in this case. If I want to buy my opponent's market card, which he can, I can pin the 3 gold, and I would give a star gold to that player. So that is kind of how that goes. We're just going to move that a little bit this way. And those are the ship cards here, the different biocultists, and they do different things and allow us to do actions out of our hand and build factories, as well as we'll make some investments. Like here's a nice little ship we can make an investment with. So that is how the game starts. And the first thing that we do as players is we're going to go through our hand And you can see we have factories. These are our mega factories. And we're going to put 3 down into our home planet. So in this case, what we might want to do is we could be diversified. Diversified isn't a bad thing when you're playing and putting cards down, because if you get more cards in your hand by diversifying during a turn. This is just your setup, so we're going to set up our control planet here. So there's no reason not to sort of do this and have one of each kind of card. And what you'll do is you want these symbols showing at the top, just like that, and we're going to put them into our, and you can see the arrows match. And we just want to show the symbols, so just like that. Again, not enough room. We'll do our same thing with our opponent. He does the same, so he gets 1 extra card, as you know. So he has 6 instead of 5. He can invest heavily in red if he likes, but at this point in time, the red is over here. Not a lot of star, so he would probably want to do maybe something along. He's got 3 for later. That might be an advantage for another turn. So what he would do, is he's going to do basically the same thing. He's going to place down on the arrow, of course. We'll just tighten that up a little bit, just like that. And that is what happens at this point. Now we'll be able to buy things from this market here. We will be able to call ships. We'll be able to put more mega credits down, and you can see that we get the gold borders. These are benefits that we get. So if we want an extra star gold, we can go to this planet here. So at the beginning of the turn, we would get some extra star gold. So that's basically the overall setup. And then we're ready to go into the first phase of the game. So I have the rules in front of me here. So you're going to excuse me. There they are there. So we've set up. We've been through the setup. Now the game flow starts with the benefits phase. And that's these controlling planets, as we already explained. So we do not have any benefits at this point in time. So we're going to go to the buying phase. We have no star gold. We don't start with any star gold, so we're going to have to mine for that and get some benefits. So the best thing that we can do here is that we are going to have to go to the mega factory construction phase. So one of the mysteries that I think is that we don't start in with star gold. And the rules aren't clear, but it says when you take control of a planet, which we have, you would get the number of star gold based on the number of mega factories that are down on the table. So in this case, because we have 3 different mega factories, though we have a good production, we would get 8 star gold. And I think, though the rules don't say it, as soon as you take control, you would take the amount of star gold to your most abundant planet. So because we've played 3 different planets like this, or 3 different factories, I'm going to say that we both get a star gold. The rules aren't explicit, but it kind of makes sense that you would start with something. So far I'm not overly impressed with the game itself. The rules are a little bit messy, and we're gonna continue through. So we've gone through, and now we go the benefits, which you don't have. The buying phase with 1 star gold. You can see we don't have enough to do anything with, and so we're not going to buy anything. There's some ships. There's a satellite. You can also call one of these. So at this phase we're in the mega factory construction phase, or shipment phase. Now the shipment phase. So at this point, we don't have a cultist to play, so we're going to play a factory. And what happens is I'm going to play a factory here because it's 1 card and 1 type of factory. I can draw 1 factory card, and I would put that into my hand. One of the things you can't do is go over your limit, and you can't start another terraforming project till you finish 1 planet. So probably getting to this +1 gold benefit is probably going to be a good thing. So over on our other player, he's going to start as well, and he's going to do the same thing here and take another mega credit. Again, we have no benefits yet. If we go through our phases, investment stage, so this is the profit stage. This is the investment stage, so we could buy something we don't have. Management, we can build another factory. So at this point in time, he is going to build another factory. Now, because they're the same, we can only pick one mega card. But the payoff will be when we put the third card down and control the planet, we'll actually be able to take gold in our most abundant type of resource, which of course is the green resource. Now we're going to come over to here, and he is going to play his resource as well. Still nothing going on. At this point in time, we come back over to here. Now he is going to take control of the planet, and he's going to play a blue. At this point, he can pick up 2 star gold. So he could afford a ship at this point. Now this ship's red, and he doesn't have a ton of red on there, so that's not going to be much of an advantage at him. Now we could just buy it and get a victory point for it. And I don't have enough to buy this satellite here. So what is going to happen at this point is that I am going to play my third factory card out of his hand, which is red. Now the advantage of that is that he will be able to buy a card. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So during the buying phase, which is here now, his turn, what he's going to do is he's going to buy this one for 2. He's going to be able to put that in his hand, and he has to pay 1 to this player here. And then he takes the ship, puts it into his hand at this point. And of course, we would take another investment card, and we would put that as a satellite card right there. At this point in time, we would, after we do our investment phase, we can do our management stage. We can load a ship or freighter and then build a factory. So we can either build another factory, or we can do a ship. So I'm going to show you how that works, because we're not going to play a full game here. We're just enough to get you the flavor of this different game. We're going to take our ship card, and we can play it from our hand. The first thing we're going to do is draw up the 3 cards. 1. Now this is not the most efficient way of doing it. 2, 3, because what we're doing is producing the red, and we have 3 reds. Then what we want to do is, for every factory that we have in our hand, we can have a matching factory. So we have a blue, we have a red, we have a green. We can actually discard these. We'll just put them over to the side here off screen. We'll keep that in our hand. And what happens is, at this point in time, we are going to take 3 star gold, 1, 2, 3. And pay for our ship, of course. And the ship goes into the scrapyard. And that's 1 victory point. At the end of the phase, that's it. We have nothing else going on at the end of the phase. It's the final. It's not the final stage. We come back to this guy over here. So the first thing is the benefits, because we have that paid for now, and so did he when he came over to here. Actually, there we go. because he just did that. So he's got 1, 4, 5 mega credits to buy, so he can do an investment. So he likes the idea of this, and because he has a control, and because we have an extra here, we can actually get up to 6 cards if we want to do that. He's going to put his satellite here, so he has a satellite right now that will allow him to spend a resource from your hand, any resource, in your hand to generate 1 star gold that costs 3 gold, just like that. And then that would be the end of the turn. And you can see now he's got 1 victory point, 1 victory point. And we'll go back and forth. And of course, we would pick our investment cards. And there we are. We have a Biocultist, which allows us to build factories faster. So not a particularly long game. So if I was to buy this, I could put it in my hand. And then when I want to play it, I can play them. If I have a blue factory, which I don't, I could play a yellow, and then I could play him to play the blue factory if I play that. So it helps you do faster, build your factories faster. So let's just take a look what he has. He has a green. So the blue doesn't help him, so he could just put it in his card for later. And this goes back and forth until you go to the end of the game. And the end of the game, basically, let's just see what it says at the end of the game. We'll keep going back and forth. A player controls all her. So the game ends when a player controls all their planets on the solar board. The 4 Biocultist stacks run out. The Mega Factory deck runs out. The investment deck runs out of cards. The game will go on as usual until the last player of the round has finished their turn. The game ends when players proceed to the scoring, and then you just score your Dominion points based on the planets you control, the satellites and orbital satellite stations, cards in your scrapyards, and cargo ships in your hand. And the one with the most points wins. And that is Trappist 1. So we've only played through a little bit, just to give you a flavor of the rules. I hope it made sense. There are no English rules, so I didn't tell you about every rule and about every planet. I'll leave that to discuss for yourself. The rules are available on Board Game Geek. But we're going to go do some quick final thoughts. So, some final thoughts. First of all, this game is pretty plain Jane. So aesthetically, it's okay. I mean, I'm pretty neutral on it. It's not an ugly game aesthetically, but it's not. I think we could have done more with some of the art. It's not bad art, but I would be pretty neutral on the art overall. Again, the game wasn't expensive, so if you have an expectation of something broad and grand for $35, it's not here in the art. There's nothing wrong with the cardboard bits, the standard sort of star gold, which are just something I can buy from Meeple Mart at $3 or $4 for 30 or 40 of them. I think it's a little more than that, $3 or $4 for 20 or something like that. So component wise, it's okay. Artwork, it's okay. It sets up quickly, which I love. That's a 5-5-5 game for sure. So I think we have 2 out of 5 here in terms of a 5-5-5. So it's definitely a gateway game or a filler. Anyway, Joe over there is setting up Feudum, and I'm playing with Fred and Ray. A 3-player game just to wait till he set up Feudum, because Feudum takes 45 minutes to set up. Well, maybe 30 minutes. So the art's okay, the aesthetics are okay, the components are okay, the rules. Okay, I have trouble with this rules. First of all, the rules come in Spanish and in English. Other than a quick video with the spiel, now I'm a very visual learner, so the first thing I always do is go to the videotapes. I went to the spiel. Really, he didn't really talk about the gameplay. He talked about the components and sort of general broad strokes of the game, but didn't really dig into how do you really play. There was another video that was just an unboxing. So if I wasn't sort of hit by the, oh, let's buy something, spur of the moment, oh, this looks kind of cool, I'll buy it. If I took a step back for a second and said, let me go take a look at this game. Geez, there's nothing in English. There's only 2 videos of it. Nobody's covered it. Danger, Will Robinson. And I didn't take that as a danger sign, and I thought, that's pretty cool, because I like space. And, I like a game like Eminent Domain, which is a pretty plain Jane game. And I thought, geez, if it gives you some of that Eminent Domain feel, that'd be pretty cool. Or Core Worlds. It doesn't. The rules, and I do wish, now, they're not the worst rules, but they're not the best rules. I didn't really get a sense of playing. It took a few times through the rules and sort of going, what am I doing? How do I really ship? The example says, you do this, draw 3 cards into your hand. Okay, what do I do with my 3 cards? So when I was showing you that way of, capacity to build production, when you take that chip, the red chip, I build those 3. And then the next stage is, okay, discarding each one of these hands up to the 6 limit on that card in order to make start. That's it. It's very abstract. So it's a very abstract game. So this is an abstract game. Now, I don't do well with abstract games per se. Now, this isn't a totally abstract game, but the concepts of shipping and resource management are really abstracted in these cards that we're playing with. So overall, I would say that the rules are not very good. So we've got a couple of neutrals and a definite negative in the rule book. And then I came to the play. So we played through a little bit of it. And to tell you the truth, why you saw a shortened version of just some of the rules is I just didn't want to play anymore. Once I've kind of done this, so I'm going to do this to get enough star gold, so I can do this, so that I can play this, so I can put a blue factory down and fill up these. Once you've played this game, I think you've played it. I don't think there's a replay value here. So, and I don't like to be negative about a game, because I know that a designer puts his heart and soul into designing games. But I think this game could be more compelling. I think it could be more. And the expansion only adds more of the investment cards. And then you take out a bunch. So you mix them all up and then take out 50 instead of 26. So keeping only about 20 or so in this deck, I believe. Oh, my puppies are complaining. But that's my take on Trappist 1. If you like these types of games, go out and buy it. If I was going to rate it, it's 2 out of 5, maybe. Not a game I would play. There's probably a reason why I got a 6.4 in its rating on BGG. That's not particularly high. That doesn't compel me. If you're looking for a really decent game, you probably want to be up to an 8, maybe, or 7, 8, or beyond. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say about this particular game. My name is Harry Jacobs. I am the North of 60 Gamer. This is the North of 60 Gaming channel. I thank you for being here and watching this video. Please consider subscribing, liking, hitting the bells for notification. I really do appreciate it, and I thank you for watching and going through this. This game, I wish it was more. And this is only, out of all the videos, this is only the second time where I've really disliked the game. And that's on me, because I didn't do my research. So the best thing out of this, I can tell you, is don't give in to a impulse buy. Do your research. I like space games, so this fits my collection. But play value, just not here. It's not something I'd even want to take to my game night and expose my friends to. Sorry about that. Anyway, I will talk to you all later, and I don't know what I'm going to do next, other than probably feed the puppies, but there's lots of stuff going on in my collection. I got some more games coming in terms of prototypes, so that'll be a lot of fun. Just keep watching. Keep watching for when I answer questions off of Board Game Hype. That's been a lot of fun, and Devin's amazing. He really encourages that. So while everybody's typing, I'm doing a little video and maybe a little show and tell as well. So that's it for Harry. I am out of here. Please keep on watching. Keep on playing games. It's a beautiful day. Today is Sunday for me. So I have a day off, but I actually have to build some more shelves in my gaming room, which means that I'm going to be shifting games probably today into the living room and piling them up to take a old shelf out and then putting a new shelf in, which will give me a higher capacity and give my wife a new bookshelf. So that's my day going for you today. Out of here. See ya.